Hello everybody and welcome in. Now, there's some exciting news and I am here to talk about it now. There are some new characters coming very soon. We've been having things dropped and released over the last wee while, teased, and it's all just out there now. So let's quickly get into it. They're not currently in game, but they will be on, I'd say, very soon. So, the first of these signs, we got this little error message note here. And that was just kind of like, oh, okay. A few of us were just like, okay, we've had some hints before, and we think it's going to be Wreck-It Ralph, and now it's kind of like, yeah, we think it's going to be what, King Candy, Turbo, and he's gonna be just be like, yeah, this is it. But then it came out, the bzz road haste oriented support that excels in accelerating bzz. So with all that, we were kind of like, okay, yeah, we definitely know this is Wreck-It Ralph, and it's gonna be the little races. Bzz, bzz. It's a villainous parasite who sustains bzz, the dealing damage and inflicting bzz. So that right there, saying the first line of it is saying, hey, got an haste oriented support that excels in accelerating. So that's a throwback to Wreck-It Ralph number 1, with them all zooming around race cars and all that kind of stuff. And then the parasite is either referring to Wreck-It Ralph 2 with the virus, or King Candy in Wreck-It Ralph 1. As we saw with, say, Frozen's kit, Elsa has pretty much a full kit of Frozen 2. That's just what all her character is all about. So when I saw this, I'm like, oh, is this going to be, when they release this, is it going to be Wreck-It Ralph? If they do Wreck-It Ralph 1, this is going to be interesting. But let's carry on, and then we'll get to more things. So, greetings summoners, they're getting updates. So this is huge updates as well. Just not only just Wreck-It Ralph and things like that, but Club Conquest, they're going to be changing things up. They're going to refresh it to have a better for everybody. And so what they're going to do is reducing the duration. So instead of it being, say, from some people's Sunday till Wednesday, it's now going to be a lot shorter. So I'm guessing maybe 3 days max, 2 days max. That'd be interesting. And then they want to also make it more of a thing that people want to do. So they want to encourage participation. So they're giving more rewards. That's what we've been asking for a long time. As soon as okay, so DSA history time for you all. Back in the beta, when the Club Conquest was first released, the rewards were pretty amazing for the time being, and it was like, wow, this is huge. After a couple of months, they changed the type and format of the game, and when they did that, it went from real time to turn based. They also slashed the rewards on the Conquest, and they've pulled it back to what it is pretty much now. And it was like, oh, ouch, that hurts. This is what people aren't going to want to play this. And we thought we'll hold out, and we thought, okay, maybe for a few months, maybe we'll wait until global, then people will start, and then they'll probably want to bump up the rewards fairly soon. Because if they don't, there's going to be complaints. It's going to be not worth anything for anyone. And eventually they did, but the bump up of the rewards was still pretty average. I think they added a few more gammas in, or something like that, when they weren't giving any runes before. Maybe I'm wrong about that. Fuzzy DSA history on the end bit there. But anyway, let's get back to this. more rewards is going to mean people are going to want to play it, because hopefully they're going to be good rewards. Like, we've seen amazing rewards recently with the leaderboards. If they can give rewards like that for Club Conquest, it's going to be so much better. And then also scoring, updating the scoring to refresh offensive and defensive strategy. So you're going to get more points on defense, most likely, and more points on offense, and that's going to be one way to speed up the game. But because often you're going to be burning attacks in CC, in Club Conquest, and it's not going to be going anywhere. And then you end up just sitting, and people have burnt their attacks, and it's kind of like, okay, now we've got to wait for however long, and then towers take so long. So they're also going to reduce base rebuild time. So instead of like nearly an hour, what it used to be, hopefully it's going to be like 30 minutes, 20 minutes. And then we can have like some fast matches. That'll be cool. And these updates will be coming soon. So another coming soon. Stay tuned for more details, and then keep an eye out for more changes in the future. So I'm glad they're saying more changes in the future as well, because that means that they're going to want to get feedback from us. And that's going to be very important. So make sure, no matter what, you give all your feedback to Glue, the main Discord server, to give it to me, give it to the other content creators. I love making videos and stuff like this, and I want to make things to make the community better. So I'm all about that. So definitely, let's definitely get into this. Let me know when the changes drop. Come back here, let me know. I'll try and do a video then as well. But sometimes get busy. But let's go down here as well. Boom. Later on today, Meathead goes and drops the work in progress. We got the new characters. They're going to be coming. Now, with this, it's like right there. So, okay, there's King Candy. There's going to be, hopefully they're going to have his costume for Turbo as well. That'll be cool. And all glitching and whatnot. That'll be awesome. But then also to have... This seems like it's going to be Wreck-It Ralph 1 and 2 mixed. So it's not going to be just one. So this is going back to what I was saying at the very, very beginning. Right back when I was saying about Elsa's kit being one-dimensional to her Frozen 2 movie. This looks like it's going to be a bit of a throwback to both movies. And people have been all talking about, what's it going to be? Like, we've been expecting a new Legendary for a long time. So a lot of people have been jumping on, okay, it's going to be a Legendary. But then people will say, oh, well, if it's going to be Wreck-It Ralph 1, we can think of this character, this character, this character, maybe Calhoun. And no, Gaston was left out. But then we've got this as well. So this is a throwback to, we've both got Wreck-It Ralph 1 as well as Wreck-It Ralph 2. And if that's the case, they can easily pull 5 characters out of those movies to make what has now become the standard Legendary event. Farm 5 characters, get a Legendary. That's yet to be seen if maybe Vanellope or Wreck-It Ralph would be the Legendary character to farm for. I could see either of them being the Legendary. Vanellope being the special unique princess. Also Wreck-It Ralph being like the main head honcho, this is who you want. So everybody loves Ralph. But I could see either one of them being the Legendary and being the focus. And I think that's cool the way they've done it. So, that being said, I'm excited. I'm excited to see what they do, and I'm excited to see this. I think possibly I'm still waiting for that Legendary. If they've integrated both Wreck-It Ralph 1 and 2, I can easily see this being a Legendary, and as being a mixed, the first like 1 and 2 put together. And that'll be interesting, because that means they're just opening doors for more possibilities. They could do whatever that they need to make whatever type of event that they want to. And that is exciting. So expect more updates on this tomorrow update day. So we've been getting spoiled with a lot of these, all sorts of these different hints and drops and notes from the devs recently, and I like it. The community loves that they are communicating to us a whole lot more. So devs, if you're out there, if you're watching, if you're listening, thank you. This is what people like. This this right here, it builds hype in the community. People get excited. Yes, there are some upset people over some of the recent changes recently. This kind of also brings things to more talk about. Some people are upset and like, oh, we don't want to have more things to spend on, and other people are actually excited for new content. And I'm in the personal boat of new content, new rewards. More rewards are always going to be good, no matter what, no matter who you are, from whale to free to play. That's good. So I'm looking forward to that. But update day tomorrow. Stay tuned. Wreck-It Ralph. New legendary. We've been waiting. And then we're going to be waiting for the raid, and then the new PvP mode, and then the new club mode. That's the one last thing I want to touch on, is that with the Conquest refresh and update, I wanna put my 2, 3, 4 cents into this, because with this Conquest updates, on the fireside chat with Cozy, the devs talked about potential things that they wanted to do. This is like looking way down the track, is what they said, is that they want to make things a new club mode, like Club Dungeon. They wanted to make Club Dungeon like you can go through and beat a big boss, like that big snail, shiny, was so shiny, and make that so you can maybe go and defeat him or somebody else in these other modes, and then you can, once your club chooses who they want to go and beat, then you can go and maybe once you've beaten them as a club, you get that boss to place on a conquest tower as like a boss tower when you're dropping a defense. That'll be cool if they put all those little parameters and all the things that they need into the coding while they're changing this up. That'd be exciting, just for those new other potentials. And they're just like, it ties in, for me, the fun side of things is the PvP, the competition, the strategy, into also the PvE content, the club side, working together. So you're going to have to work together to get something, to have a goal, then to also put it into practice and put it into a PvP team as well, to make the most. So you're working together as a club to then fight as a club together. That is like multi-dimensional, exciting, fun times. So I'm very much excited for that, and hoping that kind of thing will come. Now, that was the first cent. Second cent, my 2 cents. I hope with this refresh, we've been saying this for coming up 2 years, with the Club Conquest, it really needs to have a more randomized matchmaking. Now, I think personally that everybody in the same reward tier should be like randomly put into a little number sorter and matched in that phase. When they do everybody registering for Conquest, everybody registers. All the clubs that are in the top tier will then get randomly sorted out and put into their groups, and so you can actually have different opponents week on, week out. And then the next reward tier after that goes in, and then the tier after that goes in, and it all gets randomized and put together. I think that's how it should be. That will be so much better. Give people fresh teams, especially say this is a far bigger issue for people at the top. Back in Disney Titans, when we were the biggest club in the game for a long time, that was sad for whoever was clubs, the second and third club, consistently. And then when FL came up and took the reins, then it was like, okay, now this is going to be the same. But then you got all the other clubs that are in the same reward bracket who are winning their matches, when it's like, you know what, any of these other top 3 clubs could be winning matches, but we're stuck against the same opponents. And I think that's a tough part, and I think having that random would at least make it, you know what, anything can happen, and in any of the groups, as long as they're in the same tiers, I think that should be where it's at. But let me know what you guys' thoughts are on that as well. So that is my 2 cents. But last little note is that also on the fireside chats, the devs said they made mention about Cozy brought up how it was a 3v3 mode. And then the devs and he said, you know, there are clubs out there who are abusing this and working together and whatnot. And then the devs are like, oh yeah, like your club, like FL at the time, like that was back when they were just hammering the Titans back then. Was that back in the Titans day? I think that was back in the Titans day. Or was that? No, that was definitely Titans. No, Olympus. That was just after Olympus had started. Crazy, man, this is going fast. And they're just saying, oh yeah, working together, eh? But the idea was saying that they said, yes, we've heard a lot of feedback through all the different stages and difficulties or club strengths. That was one of the most complained about things, is that the clubs, when you're getting 3-on-3, is not 3-on-3. It's often ending up a 2 versus 1 kind of thing. So that is something to address. Maybe they'll look at doing that with these changes, but for now it doesn't seem like they are. But we'll just wait and see what comes of this. And I think actually just giving more rewards, making it faster, making it better will be a good change. So that's it. That's all I'm not going to keep rambling about those. Those are some things I wanted to mention. I thought it was important to mention. So let me hear from you guys, what you guys think of that down in the comments below. And we'll see you all soon.